Well, lately Celtic have shown absolutely no mercy to either of the City of Discovery's teams. They thumped Dundee 6-0 last weekend, and today the Dens Parkers trooped off to Motherwell in search of a more charitable welcome and 3 much-needed points. John Barnes describes the action.
Motherwell boss Billy Davis sticks by the starting 11 which beat Dundee United last week. That means Mikael Duisberg has to be content with a place on the bench. Now he's available again. Pat Nevin's the link man once more between the midfield and the strikers of Spencer and Goodman. Jed Brannan's been impressive in Motherwell's midfield since moving from Manchester City, and if it's confirmed he could be eligible for Scotland through a Scottish grandparent, Craig Brown could come knocking on his door. Dundee goalkeeper Robert Douglas is another Scotland prospect, but he'll be hoping for a better afternoon than last Saturday when he lost 5 goals to Celtic. Dundee manager Jockey Scott has made 3 changes from the side which lost at Parkhead. Jim McInally, Sean McSkimming and James Grady drop out. Stephen Boyack and Hugh Robertson come into the midfield, while Willie Faulkner returns to partner Eddie Anand up front. The referee is Eric Martindale. So Motherwell get this match underway. Attacking the goal to our left. Don Goodman and John Spencer, the main strikers this afternoon. Header away there from Brian Irvine, under pressure from Goodman early on. The free kick goes the way of Dundee. Jed Brannan, the man very much in form and in everyone's lips. McMillan drilling it forward, looking for Spencer. The interception came from Willie Miller. Now Jamie McGowan from Motherwell. Rather tight in that corner, but Pat Nevin gets the ball released there into the midfield area. Played forward by Mark Gower. Brian Irvin's header holding up in the wind there. And that's a chance for Stephen Boyack to get into the action. Interception though from Brannan. Now Spencer, can he open things up for Motherwell? Tries to, widen that right-hand side, but far too far ahead of Jamie McGowan with that pass from John Spencer. Valakari finding Nevin. Nice little flick over the advancing defence from Pat Nevin, looking for Don Goodman. Just a little bit too far ahead of Goodman. Valakari, powerful in the midfield area, releases Spencer. He has Nevin ahead of him. Still Spencer, drives in the shot. Marvellous strike from John Spencer to open the scoring for Motherwell. Spencer checking inside Brian Irvine and unleashing an unstoppable shot past Robert Douglas. Certainly making a claim for a recall to the Scotland setup is John Spencer. McGowan. Valakari. Nevin trying to link with Goodman. Goodman took his eye off that one. A flighted ball forward for Annan to give chase. Seems to be impeded by Thomas. It'll be interesting to see what decision this is. Was he the last man? Will it be the yellow? It's the yellow from referee Eric Martindale for Tony Thomas. Thomas coming across Annan. Well, there didn't look too much in that from that angle. So the yellow card given there. Now it's McGowan. Gives away possession though. Straight to Gavin Ray. Ray's long ball for Faulkner to chase. Thomas is shot with a pass back. A chance for Willie Faulkner. Tees it up for Eddie Anand. A side foot shot saved by the legs of Andy Gorham. You were expecting him to blast it there, but once more Gorham thwarts the striker in a one-to-one situation. Teed up by Faulkner. Anand's shot was not powerful, but Gorham nevertheless made the save. Brannan opening it up for McMillan. The flighted cross, the headed away by Madison. That's a corner, the first of the afternoon to Motherwell. Steve McMillan always sends in the dangerous cross. Lee Madison not taking any chances. There with a corner, near post, the break of the ball, back for Spencer. Straight at Robert Douglas. Flighted in once more by Gower. Spencer came off his marker as that ball broke to him, but straight at Robert Douglas. Two. Finding Thomas. Balakari, back to Thomas. And now McGowan. Motherwell quite content to knock this ball about through the midfield and the defence to find the opening. There's Brannan again. Well positioned in the left is McMillan. Always wants to have a run at a defence. What's the 1-2 with Goodman? Still there is McMillan, looking for the break. Drives it in, not far away. Robert Douglas was down stretching at his near post. The break of the ball came off Robbie Rayside into the path of McMillan. He drilled in the low shot, inches away from that right-hand post. Barry Smith tidying up at the back, utilising Douglas. And Balakari wins it for Brannan. Nevin looking for the return and the overlapping Stephen McMillan. Away by Irvin. Brannan's there again. Here's Nevin. Another chance for Brannan to get in the cross. It's a low one. Deflected away. Gower trying to set up for Spencer. Gets away from Rayside. John Spencer! The angle drive there, not far away. He certainly is in the mood this afternoon, is Spencer. Good play by Spencer, dragging the ball across the face of the Dundee goal. And the shot not far away. Thomas not taking any chances, playing it all the way back to Andy Corum. We're into stoppage time now as Dundee come forward with Madison, releasing Anand. The referee's given a free kick. He may have preferred to give the advantage there. And now Thomas is the man in trouble. He's already been booked, so it's a second yellow card for Tony Thomas right on the interval. So Motherwell will have to contend with 10 men during the second 45. There was Madison. He just flicked it round the outside of Thomas. He caught him late. 2 yellows mean a red. And Motherwell down to 10 men. Madison with a free kick. Flights it in comes Irvin with a header. But it's over the top. And that challenge with Brannan. Madison flighting it in again, looking for the big defenders who were up. It was Irvin with a touch, but too high to cause Andy Gorham a problem. Is it back for Madison? It's hanging once more. Teal deals with it well. Here's Willie Miller. The shot swerving there, caught in the wind, not far away from Willie Miller. Not a regular scorer by any manner of means, Willie Miller. But it wasn't too far away there. And Miller's efforts, just going over the top, is the last action of the first 45 minutes, which has seen John Spencer on the score sheet after only 3 for Motherwell. His 3rd goal in 2 games, a terrific strike to beat Robert Douglas. Motherwell very much on top throughout the first 45 minutes, but then right on stoppage time, Tony Thomas was sent off for a second yellow card. So Dundee have the chance to use the one-man advantage in the second 45 minutes. At half-time, it's Motherwell 1, Dundee 0. So with Tony Thomas sent off, can Dundee utilise the one-man advantage to pull back this 1-goal deficit during the course of the second half? Rayside picking up. Gower. Brannan drills it forwards. And picked up by Willie Miller for Dundee. Forward he plays it. Head flick from Faulkner, but Andy Corum was alert. Extremely windy here at Fir Park. Both sets of players trying to come to terms with it, keep this ball on the ground.
Boyack. Cross blocked. Here's Rayside. Challenge there by Brannan. It's still spinning loose. Chance again for Boyack. And then the shot coming in. Andy Gorham there with the save from Gavin Ray. Powerful strike there from the Dundee midfielder. The ball was bobbling about everywhere at the edge of the Motherwell penalty area. Gavin Ray stabbed it forward with that left foot strike. And there was Andy Gorham right behind it. Now McMillan with a long clearance for Spencer to latch onto. He's on his own, he needs support. Three Dundee defenders back. He flights it in though. Goodman didn't connect properly. He's still got the chance though. Worrying moments for Dundee. John Spencer held it up enough for Goodman to come forward. When the ball fell to him, he just couldn't get enough power on it. Stephen Boyack. Looking for an end. McMillan got a touch on that one. Deflected towards Teal. And an angled ball from Teal onto the chest of Goodman. Goodman against the Rayside. He goes one way. And the free kick given outside the area. The blocking tackle from Robbie Rayside on Goodman. Obstruction there right on the edge of the penalty area. Eric Martindale giving the free kick. There's McMillan driving it in. Great save from Robert Douglas. It came through the wall. Douglas made a fine save. Gower managed to get the ball static. It was teed up for Steve McMillan. A fine parried save there by Robert Douglas. Dundee pressing with Robertson. Nice little pass into the path of Ray. Onto his left foot, beats Gorham, and knocked in at the near post by Willie Faulkner. Dundee back level. 64 minutes gone. Well worked on the left-hand side there. Into the path of Gavin Ray. He took it away from the defender, put it back inside Andy Gorham, and Faulkner with the tap-in from a yard out. Robertson with the pass, which split the Motherwell defence. Ray with the cut-back, and Faulkner with his third goal of the season makes it Motherwell 1, Dundee 1. Motherwell have the throw. Duisberg to Spencer. Trying to go round the outside, but running out of space. Dundee have the goal kick. John Spencer very lively this afternoon. Now Dundee, the chance for Grady with a left foot strike! And the substitute only on the park a matter of a couple of minutes. Takes that ball in his stride and puts Dundee in the lead. The pass through, finding Grady, the little drag back, lovely strike, in off the post to beat Andy Gorham. It was Ian Anderson with the pass, picking out Grady. He got away from Teal to drive that one in. Dundee now 2-1 up with just over 16 minutes remaining. Balakari, back to Gower, Spencer. Tries to open it up, wins the corner of Faulkner. Gower with the corner, near post it is, headed away by Faulkner, Teal's there. Eventually Dundee get it out. Balakari tries to keep under pressure, finding McMillan. Away to the edge of the area, driven in by Jamie McGowan. Wide of the target. Jamie McGowan, who's been in the score sheet only once this season for Motherwell. It was McMillan wide in that left-hand side who delivered the cross. The break of the ball fell to McGowan, and he couldn't find the target. And now Madison. Forward he goes, as the referee brings this match to a close. It's a successful afternoon for Dundee. They've recorded their first away league win.
1999, courtesy of two second-half goals. The first from Willie Falconer after 64 minutes. And then the second from substitute James Grady. He was only on the field of play a minute when he struck a powerful left foot shot past Andy Gorham. It's a pleasing afternoon for the Dundee fans who see their side push their way out of the relegation area this afternoon. The final scoreline at Fir Park: Motherwell 1, Dundee 2.
Jockey, that's a pleasing way to respond after a hefty defeat from Celtic.
Well, it is, yeah. It was a very important game today. With us of the bottom four being the only team playing, it was very important that we got a result today, and the boys did great.
Do you think that alleviates your problems down there?
No, it doesn't exactly alleviate them, but it certainly helps.
Billy, that must be a disappointing result to suffer.
Yeah, it certainly was. I think it was always difficult. When we went to 10 men, it was going to be very difficult. We started off very brightly as well, scoring early doors, and I thought we were looking decent in the first half. But once you go to 10 men, then things become very difficult, and Dundee capitalised on it.
James, a happy afternoon for you, coming on as a substitute, and within a few seconds you're in the score sheet.
That's right, it was my first and second touch, and it goes in the back of the net. It's been a long time coming. I think my last goal was in November, so it was due.
I suppose it takes a wonder goal to beat Andy Gorham.
That's right, well, he's been doing that against saving Rangers against Celtic all these days, so, and I'm a Celtic fan, so I was just glad to put one over them.
It looks as though you're getting it right on the part. You're getting the results that could sustain your place in the Premier League. Do you think that off the field, the board are getting it right for you to have the stadium in place in time?
Well, I'm sure that'll get done, but I mean, for the players and the staff, obviously it would be better if it was done ASAP. But the players and staff, we've just got to do our bit, make sure that we have enough points, and then that puts pressure on the directors and to get the stands done. But I'm sure it'll be done.
Well, they're certainly not surrendering their Premier League place, Gordon. What got them through that today, particularly when Motherwell started so well?
It's just persistence. I mean, I think that they know when they've got to actually, you know, against 10 men, they've got to keep going. Someone will turn up. I mean, that was the start of the game when little John Spencer, you know, fired it in. He scored last week a couple of goals as well, and Robert Douglas no chance with that.
This is a lovely build-up to the Faulkner goal.
Yeah, it was a nice little ball. Played into the path of Ray there, and he just slotted it away, but it was a good little move there, and Willie Falconer did really well, because Andy Gorham was drawn. You see him just he thinks he's going to help his defender out here, but he just managed to slip it between the two, Gavin Ray, and Falconer does really well to anticipate that and slots it in near post. This was a great goal. I mean, this is a real match winner. This, I mean, I think he's fully off the ground there, legs flying, but. You know, James Grady, you can tell how important it was to the Dundee players there, but he does well because he takes a good touch to set himself up. It's all about the quality of the first touch, and he goes in off the post. Andy Gorham is beaten, because if you're going in off the post, you beat the keeper most of the time. It's the furthest stretch they've got. I'm
sure even Jockey Scott would admit this. Not much from Dundee apart from the goals, and you've got to admire the interlinking play featuring John Spencer from Motherwell. If you were Scotland manager, would you recall him?
Oh yeah, I think so. I don't think that he deserves to be out. If he's available for selection, he should be in. Spencer's really a very, very skillful player, and he's a clever player as well, and he's full of confidence all the time. But he and Goodman seem to be operating well together. There's Goodman knocks the ball wide here, and you see John Spencer picks it up. They'll form a good relationship. I think, you know, I don't know whether Goodman will stay long term at the club or what's the situation there, but Douglas does well here to block that, and that's at a stage where Motherwell, even with 10 men, they were creating. But for Dundee, that's a big result. As Jockey Scott said there today, they were the only team in the bottom four that had a match. So it was very important when they go a game ahead of the other teams in terms of matches they've got. They also picked up the points, and that was a massive result for them and a great win.
Of course, Motherwell really had a chance to virtually secure their safety for the season. Billy Davis must be extremely disappointed.
Yeah, they're not quite out of it yet. I mean, they played well. I mean, last week was a good win for them, to win 3-0 at Tannadice. But the fact is, you know, they've had an opportunity today at home, and they've blown it.